There's something very unusual about Chateau Haut-Brion, which is another first growth. It's one of the 5 first growths on the left bank of Bordeaux. The unusual thing is that undoubtedly 150 odd years ago, it would have been sitting in a lovely pastoral countryside setting. But of course, in this modern day and age, the city of Bordeaux has grown enormously and actually engulfed this property. So Chateau Haut-Brion, in spite of its lofty name and international fame and absolute downright awesome flavours, is surrounded by houses. A train line runs down one side of the TGV, literally the fast train runs down one side of the vineyard as well. It's a peculiar setting for such a grand wine. Anyway, when you taste the wine, you are in no doubt that you have something extraordinarily majestic in your glass. Haut-Brion comes from the Grave region, so it's slightly south of Bordeaux, more specifically from the Pessac-Léognan region, which is a sub-region, and from within that Talence. And it is a great, great wine. I say that because there is a sort of intensity and bravado and nobility to Haut-Brion, which sort of seems to eclipse other Bordeaux chateaux. Bordeaux left banks are generally Cabernet Sauvignon dominant. Haut-Brion uses quite a slug of Merlot in its wine, sometimes up to sort of half. So you get a red fruit characteristic coming from the Merlot to join in with the sort of cassis blackcurrant flavour from the Cabernet, and it gives you this particular unique Haut-Brion flavour. They use a lot of oak here as well, often sort of 70, 80, 90% new oak, which gives it a real toastiness and cinnamon sort of flavour. The wines live forever and ever and ever. It's a fact. I don't doubt that 100 years in a great vintage is possible with a bottle of Haut-Brion, but they start to sort of get into their stride after 25 or 30 years. There's another amazing fact about Haut-Brion which should grab your attention, and that is that they make white wine here too. I'm not joking when I say that Haut-Brion Blanc is one of the 5 greatest dry white wines in the world. If I said that it was one of the 2 or perhaps even the greatest white wine in the world, would that shock you? It probably would if you're a fan of white Burgundy, because everybody thinks that white Burgundy with the great Montrachet vineyards and Courtois Charlemagne, Chablis Grand Cru, have divine right to the title of the greatest dry white wine. I'd like to throw Haut-Brion Blanc into the mix, because whenever I've tasted it, I've given it a score of 19, 19.5, or 20 out of 20. And there is no estate in the world that has had that tight grouping of excellent scores I've ever encountered.